Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Reselling Rhythms. Are you a full-time or part-time reseller? Are you interested in getting into reselling? Are you looking for other stream of income? Well, you're in the right place. Today, I have a friend of mine, Alexis. I'm very impressed with Alexis. I talk often on my channel about the only thing that is permanent is change. And Alexis is constantly reinventing herself. She's a very sharp person, a fast learner. She has been doing this for a real long time. I don't want to ruin her introduction. I call it elevator speech, but we'll have her on in 1 minute. Just want to say hello to a few people in the chat, and I'll get this party started. I want to thank my moderators. I know Sharon's here, and I'm sure Michelle will be here shortly if she's not here. And I see Craig, and I see Beth, and I see Maggie Doodle, all my usual great supporters of the show. So we'll get started in about 30 seconds, guys. Again, what I do on this show is I bring in other resellers and we talk about sourcing, selling, the various platforms, and we try to learn from each other and try to grow our businesses and try to make the most money that we can, which is what everybody wants to do. And with the C-19 virus, things are a little bit different and we have to source differently. So that's one of the things I want to get into. I want to talk a little bit about YouTube auctions, and Alexis does YouTube auctions. And like I said, I don't want to take all the fire away from her speech. So let me get over to Alexis, and we'll get her on in 1 second here, and we shall introduce her. And there we are. Hello, Alexis.
Hello, Adam, and hello, everyone. Hi, it's great to see you guys. I almost wasn't here because I had totally forgotten, but Adam's a good host, and he got me. So for those of you who don't know me already, I know most of you in the chat. My name is Alexis. I am a reseller by trade. I am a jewelry maker by hobby, I suppose. This is something that has just started recently. So I don't know how it's going to all pan out, but we'll see. I've got some things to show you. I kind of fell into reselling after my grandmother passed away a couple of years ago. I had a whole bunch of, actually, I had a whole house full of stuff to sell, which kind of put me into the antiques and collectibles niche. And I just kind of took it from there. I do baseball cards, I do comic books, I do plush, I do anything really that you could consider collectible. I have my iron in a lot of different fires. So that's pretty much it. I do a YouTube channel. I sell on Mercari, eBay, Poshmark, all the, except for Amazon. I don't do Amazon. I have tried, but I don't know enough yet, so I'm just going to let that fall by the wayside for now. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that I know that is here. I really appreciate you being here. And Adam, it's your show. Take it away.
Okay. Just a few things, elaborate a little bit more. You're in the Massachusetts area, correct?
Yep.
And you were originally from, and that's where you grew up, and that's where you still live in the Mass area. I guess before all this C-19, did you do a lot of sourcing in thrift shops, or was that your primary source? And yard sales, garage sales?
Yeah, I love it. I'm driven by the thrift, I guess you could say. I'm sorry?
Or the treasure hunt?
Yeah, driven by the treasure hunt. I'm one of those resellers. Like I absolutely have a passion for it. It's not just the money for me, and thank God it's not just the money for me, because right now, I'll be honest with you, it's about this much money for me. So I'm getting there. I roll most of my finances back into the business right now, which is a huge relief for me that it's going to get kicking a little faster, I think.
Right. Well, like we had discussed pre-chat, it's the traditional summer slowdown now. Especially if you have heavier clothing, like I'm going to mention that the J word, which I shouldn't mention, jeans. Excuse me. But so jeans, I mean, unless you have capris and shorts and those type of things, they sell well in the summer, but
right.
Allergies aren't cooperating. So
neither are mine.
So again, we cannot source, at least most of us cannot source. I know Dave and Bill have been able to source in Western Pennsylvania. Well, they're like central, but I think they're going a little further west. they're in the Lancaster area, they've been able to source at the various yard sales and things, and they just have to wear their mask, which is just smart. I mean, I'm a big believer of being strong, and you got to be strong to survive this, and you got to be safe.
That's right.
I mention all the time in my show, I live a block from a park, and there's a big jogging path or walking path or bicycle path, or whatever you want to call it. It's like 3 miles. And I see 95% of the people aren't wearing masks. And there's arrows that they actually painted arrows on that, so everybody should be walking this way, so you don't have to crisscross each other and be too close. People don't follow the rules.
No,
that's not what we're here. We're here to talk about reselling. But
no,
anyway, so the reason I got kind of sidetracked is I want to talk about alternate ways to source. And we've discussed pre-chat, and I know you have been involved in different auctions and YouTube auctions. Again, so you didn't. Let me retract a little bit. You didn't have anyone in your family that was a thrifter, or were your parents or your mother or anybody or your grandmother? Did she thrift at all?
No, well, we've always been clearance tag shoppers.
That's what I was. Mm-hmm.
So we don't usually go for the normal racks. But I had a friend for 10 plus years that we hit the yard sales hard.
Okay, so
and yeah, it was a lot of fun. And there's this townwide yard sale up here every year. This year they obviously didn't have it. Which was a total bummer, but it's huge and it's amazing and it's so much fun. It's almost like the 4th of July celebration. There's a line 10 minutes long just to get into the Dunkin' Donuts bathroom, and people come from all over the state, excuse me, just to participate in this townwide yard sale. There's cars everywhere. It's hard to get in and out of the streets. It's like a fair for the whole day.
Nice. So that's obviously where, and again, with yard sales and garage sales, your cost acquisition, your COA, as they like to term it, is typically a lot less expensive than at thrift stores, or when you purchase things, try to purchase things online and try to flip them as well. I mean, we talk about, purchasing something maybe on eBay and flipping it again on eBay, or purchase something on eBay and flipping on Amazon.
Right.
But that's an opportunity again with, if you can't source in person. RA is opening up a little bit around me. I'd been given a tip, a bolo by, excuse me, guys, these allergies are, excuse me, by someone in the chat. I won't get involved. I'm not going to give away your secret, but did some RA because things are finally kind of opening up a little bit here in South Jersey. As long as we wear masks, we're allowed to go into the supermarkets and drugstores, but the retail stores are just starting to open up, and the barber shops and the nail salons, all that stuff is just, I think we're in phase 2. But yeah, so we have to source differently. We have to be creative. That's what I admire about you. You're constantly reinventing yourself, and I've mentioned you before in the show, and everybody says, "Oh, I love Alexis. She's so smart. This, that, and the other." I said, "Yeah, I know. I got to have her on the show."
Thank you.
Again, so you're doing YouTube auctions on your own, and you're also doing you've been on Period. I believe you're on Steals and Deals, and you've done some shows with Derek as well.
Yep, that's right. I actually started with Derek, which was great because I didn't know anything. It was really I was shaking in my boots. I had barely started YouTube at that point, and so I had to take a deep breath. And with my very first video that I put out, I titled it just diving in the deep end. That's what I do. I just dive in the deep end. So it's gone fairly well for me. The Steals and Deals was a great opportunity. I'm actually going to be back on there Saturday night.
Saturday.
Yep.
Okay.
Saturday. It's not the Steals and Deals though. It's actually I believe it's on Cindy Jewelry Nurse's
Cindy's
channel.
On Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday night.
Okay, so they do Steals and Deals every other weekend.
Yeah.
Every other. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll
look for the link, and I'll put it in the description when they post it. All right. So
okay. Thank you.
That's Cindy. That's a jewelry nurse, guys. So if you haven't subscribed to Cindy, the jewelry nurse.
Oh, they're great over there. Those jewelry ladies are fantastic.
That's my other cash pile jewelry. We won't get into that, but that's another one I have to start listing.
They're
I need a consultant. CC's a jewelry seller. I see CC in the chat. She's a jewelry seller.
Hello,
All right,
Cece.
so that's Saturday. You're going to be on, and I'll have to post a link. I make myself a note, so I remember to do that.
Yes.
Okay. So once you get into, we discussed pre-chat some of the things you sell, mainly collectible things. So is
Yes.
that the type of things you'll be selling on the auction on Saturday night?
I'm gonna sell the blanket of everything that I am that I have. Basically, I have some clothing. I have some vinyl pop figures. I've got some jewelry. I've got some baseball cards. Well, I've got all the sports cards. I've got some.
They said you do comics as well.
I'm actually all out of comics right now.
Okay.
But yes,
and
I
do
comics.
plush. You were telling me.
Yep, I have plush.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say sitting over there.
Why don't you grab a plush? Is that? Can you reach with your headset, or are you okay?
It'll be close, but I'll try.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's something. Again, my only issue with plush guys is, and again, I talk about space. I mean, I'm in a row house, and I do have a basement. I do have a garage, but that's what the thing as far as storage. I mean, plush can be larger and smaller, and they take some space, but they're very profitable. When somebody says you can pick up for 50 cents or $1 at a yard sale, or if you go to the Goodwill outlet, the bins, you're buying it by weight, you might pay $1 for this big huge plush.
I know, right?
That's a cutie. Let me highlight you. You've been on your show before, so you don't have a problem being highlighted.
Oh, true.
All right, there we go.
I'm a bit of a mess right now, guys, because my headset went.
And I'm gonna call, so I'm gonna mute myself for a second here.
So this is a Flip-A-Zoo. I think it's called a Flip-A-Zoo. Yeah, and so it goes from a tiger to an elephant, and then of course back again. But then I'll usually do like a bag of plush, but this time I'm gonna take things a little differently. I'm gonna do singles, and I'm gonna start them at like $2 to $5, like I did with the last auction that I was in. And then I'm going to see how that goes. I really am hoping that the plush goes well. Those flippies do well, Sharon says. Well, it's for sale if you'd like it.
Yeah, I'd never seen that before. Again, what are? I mean, I understand. I mean, I see what flippies are, but I mean, is that something that's been around for a long period of time? Is that something from the 70s or 80s, or is that something relatively new? Or
the date on this is 2015.
Okay, so obviously they're still making them. Okay.
So this is Theodore Tiger and Emma Elephant.
That's so cool the way you did that. I was like,
so yeah, it goes from the tiger to the elephant, and this is actually one of my desk buddies right now. I have desk buddies. I sold my last desk buddy to someone in Australia. Oh, it was my first international sale. Actually,
I mean, I listen to what you people say, and I get sometimes sidetracked. But you're doing international shipping. Yes. Did you use global shipping?
No.
How did you sell that? Through what? Through your auction or through?
That was through eBay.
Through eBay. You shipped it directly.
Yes, I shipped it directly.
Did you use pirate ship?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and they have the export rates. Were you able to do that, or is that too large to ship through that program? I'm not exactly sure how the export rate works. I think it's for smaller items.
I'm not sure. It was just around $11. So
that's not bad to Australia. No. Wow,
I know. Well, it was a plush, so I
but still,
it up. And
I could ship a T-shirt across country. It cost me $5-6.
I know. Tell me about it. But I shipped a plush across the country. Across the world. And
across the world, it was $11.
$11, yeah. So this one is the only one I have. I think the only one I have left from the auction that I won from T and Donatella.
Okay.
So this one's the last one hanging around. He is stormtrooper, but I think he's actually listed on eBay for I'd have to
get $40.
I'd have to check, but
I don't even know. I'm just guessing.
It's less than that.
Okay.
I think it's like 20 or 30 something. But I haven't looked in a while. Like I was telling you before we came on, I have seriously neglected my eBay store. It's been bad. I'll put it that way. For the past 2 weeks, I those of you who follow my channel, know I injured my shoulder. And so I've been all hopped up on muscle relaxers, but so now the shoulder issue is still there, but 2 weeks later, the muscle relaxers aren't helping anything, so I'm pretty sure it's a pinched nerve. So I'm going into the doctor's on Monday to find out, but
you're fortunate. You're going to see an orthopedist. You're going to see your GP.
Just my GP for now.
I was gonna say, if you got an orthopedist appointment that soon, you're doing something right from somebody that goes to orthopedist doctors.
Yeah. No, he's up there for $28.55.
Okay. And that includes free shipping?
What? Yes. Okay. And it's got 1 watcher, 119 views. But I thought he would move a little faster than that because he is official Lucas.
Yeah, you would think. Star Words, right?
Yeah. He's official Lucas Dream,
Lucas
whatever.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
now, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Again, I'm just trying to absorb things and try to bring things out of you and try to help other people. Do you have any kind of process when you purchase plushes? Do you have any kind of cleaning process or any kind of special cleaner that you use or anything that you could talk to us about?
Well, this is what I had been using or have.
I asked you this question before. That's one of the reasons I wanted to. Because everybody watches my show all the time. That's your fault, people. You got to watch it. There's a lot of good nuggets in here. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This is fabulous. It's probably from 1989.
You got that from your grandmother's, right?
Yeah, this was I found down in the garage, and it just smells so clean. Oh, I just love it. But it works so well. It works like because I know
like an OxyClean kind of thing, but it has a nice scent to it.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's exactly how I would. It actually kind of reminds me. The scent kind of reminds me of the Resale fabric cleaner.
Okay.
So it kind of smells like that. It's just clean. It doesn't smell like anything else. But I did pick up recently this, which I have no affiliation with any of these companies, by the way.
Right.
Just saying. And I haven't used it yet, so I can't recommend it, but it is a disinfectant on top of a deodorizer. So that's why I grabbed this, and I'm going to give it a shot on like some of my
I haven't used it yet. You're going to see what happens.
Well, this isn't lesser. This is from my honey, but I'm going to try it on one of my lesser expensive plush toys so that if it ruins something, then I'm not out, you know?
Right, right. Do you use any kind of like special like scrubbing things or toothbrushes? I mean, I'm just curious how this, I got to get involved in plush. Like, so my only issue with plush is the size of it. I mean, it takes a lot of space sometimes.
Space saver bags from the Dollar Tree.
Okay, once you get into that a little bit, once you just first.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of half. Is that the one like the vacuum type bags?
Yep, that's exactly.
How do they work? Just for I call myself a stunai, which is I'm not Italian, but that means kind of stupid in Italian. I'm a little stunai sometimes.
It's one of these.
Okay.
And they come in one size, unfortunately, from the dollar store.
What's only one size, and that's what Dollar Tree?
Yep, Dollar Tree.
Okay.
And it usually has this white plastic clip to help you seal it.
Okay.
And then you just use
Does it have like a valve on it or something?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Let me highlight you again.
It's right there.
Oh, cool.
So
okay.
You just take the cap off, use your regular vacuum, suck the air out.
You have to have a hose or just I mean, obviously you just can't stick the vacuum. You have to have like a hose, right?
Yeah, no, the hose from the vacuum.
Right. Okay, I have a shark here, so I could use shark or this. A lot of people when I got one of those.
And it just shrinks everything down, and it still weighs the same. So it's.
I think Beth Resale Robot has mentioned this before too, as well. I know she sells plush.
Oh, she does. I didn't know that.
Pretty sure, yeah.
No, I didn't know that. You can take me off the big screen now, though.
Okay.
I'm perfectly fine with sharing the spotlight.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I definitely got to get involved in the plush. And like I said, the nice thing about like hard goods is like, you take 3-4 pictures, and if the color is off minutely, you're not going to have people complain that it's not item as not as described. I mean, that's why I like hard goods. I mean, I got to get more involved in hard goods.
Yeah, it hard goods really it allows you a much broader spectrum of merchandise instead of just clothing, because there's only so many articles of clothing that you can mix and match in a tank top, a pair of pants, a pair of shorts, shoes, socks, whatever. But it's so much, it's a longer tail on a lot of the collectibles, but hard goods in general are just the flip is that much more profitable.
Right. Like I said, the profit margins, I mean, like I said, you pay $1 for something to flip it for $20 or $30. I mean, that's tremendous.
Oh, Larry, stop. Thank you.
Figured I make your day. So Larry would rather see you than both of us on the screen.
Stop it. Oh God. Yes, we do, Beth and Westside Gary. I don't know, but happy birthday to Lynn. Thank you very much for letting me know.
Talking about birthdays, there's several people through Reselling Greats have birthdays today. Lynn, Kimmy, and who's the other one? Who's the third one?
I just saw Lynn and Kimmy. That's the
Lynn and Kimmy, I know. There's two that I know, yeah.
But Sharon apparently knows a third, so
Sharon can enlighten us.
Oh, yes, we do. And Westside Gary.
Oh, and Gary. Okay, that's
Gary.
Okay.
Gary's birthday today too. Hi, happy birthday, Gary.
Okay, Gary. If you're watching a replay or in the chat, happy birthday, Gary.
Yeah, right.
Gary did his first auction the other day, and I helped him promote it on my my community page, and he did very well. I think he did like 5-hour auction.
I know.
He had on
first auction. That was
Tom Cruise. I know the guy didn't look like anything like Tom Cruise, but that's his screen name.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what his name is. He says Tom Cruise is my name. So
apparently, like 5 hours. So he was very, very happy. He told me.
That was so cool.
And they were really, he did a really, I mean, he's a professional, so he did a really nice job.
Yeah.
Especially for his first time, considering it was his first time.
Yeah. He had a huge turnout too. I mean,
yeah, he did. I was like, wow. I mean, there was like 100 and some people in this, right?
I know. Within minutes, it was up to 100. And I was like,
well, that's the other thing I want to talk to too about when talking about sourcing online. And I discussed that before. And again, I don't want to cast aspersions on anyone. I'm just telling you my opinion, and my opinion is my opinion. Like I had told you before, and I told people in my chat, sometimes I buy things for my personal use, sometimes I buy things for resale. And again, in my opinion, and not always, but a lot of times I find things on the auctions, the YouTube auctions, there's a lot of, I call it the meat on the bone, which is like a reseller term. There's not a lot of profit potential. There is occasionally, and then sometimes people are more like that's like their niche, like you would say. They understand it. So maybe I'm looking at something that's $30. I'm thinking, oh my God, the most I could get for that is $40, and they might think, well, no, that's a $50 or $60 item if I sell it right and put the right keywords in. Maybe it's just me that I don't know the proper keywords, but a lot of things that I know relatively well. And I always tell everybody, make sure you have your tab open, your eBay tab, or if you sell on Amazon, an Amazon tab, and check the prices, because people will say, oh, this is a great price. And then I'll look at it, it's like, you're selling it for $30. It's selling it on eBay for $25. And then there's like 6 of them at that price. And you're telling me it's a great price. I mean, nothing for nothing. I realize you want to sell it and you're doing salesmanship, because I was in sales. But I mean, what's right is right. Don't tell me it's a great price when there's 6 of them on eBay for $25 and you're selling it for $30.
Yeah.
I realize you're including shipping, but still.
No, absolutely. If you're, but that's where the difference comes in. If you're selling it for what would be perceived personal use, or selling it for resale.
Yeah, if you're selling it for $30 and it's $25 on eBay, it's basically the similar price.
So no, I don't blame you. I completely understand, and I agree with you that
like I said, I tell people, do your due diligence. I mean, that's come up, and it's kind of a a legal term or whatever, but or a business term, but basically do your research. Just if somebody says this is a great price, don't assume it's a great price. I bought like some.
I do that all the time.
I bought still sitting here. I bought a not a Fitbit. What do they call it? The video game that has the boards on it. The sitting here somewhere.
The Wii Fit.
A Wii Fit, yeah.
There we go.
And then as an idiot, I bought the fit part of it, and it must weigh about 12 pounds, this box. So, I mean, I don't know if I can figure out a way to ship that through a pirate ship or whatever. And then I have the console, and I have a couple controllers, and I have some games.
Put a box in a bag, and it cuts it in half. Put a box.
But that is like maybe 2 feet long, though. Isn't it 18 by 18 by 18?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Well, I know you're saying yes, but again,
technically speaking,
who was I watching? Oh, I was watching the replay. I don't see Paul in the chat, but Paul Antonelli. I was watching his replay, and he had mentioned how some people are having issues with shipping on pirate ship, and they're kind of like bending the rules. And that for some reason the U.S. Post Office has been pulling a lot of those packages, and I guess maybe because it's built through pirate ship, and they're allowed to do that, especially on media mail.
Yeah, so I got nailed.
Okay, so you were one of the people that was. Okay.
Yep, I got absolutely nailed, and all I mailed was books.
Why did they? What books or media? No,
it has to. So this is what my research has come down to.
Like magazines that have ads in them, they're not media.
Only educational materials. This
so
is the caveat.
Like a fiction book, it's not considered media mail.
Because I got a call from one of my clients today saying they want $15 extra in shipping.
Wow.
Because they had ordered 4 books.
Okay. So you might have paid like $8 and they want like $23 or something?
That's right.
Wow.
So I said, I don't know what to say.
It's so, well, yeah. And I go when I see that like in some of these groups and I pull it up and I was like, well, it's really kind of vague. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I pull it up on the USPS site and it's kind of vague the way they describe things.
It's super
vague. They'll say that certain things are excluded. I understand that. I mean, like video games are not media mail, which a lot of people ship. I mean, I know there's supposedly people that do $1 million in business that ship video games, video games media mail, which is illegal, but they do it. I figure that they get caught, they get caught. I wouldn't personally do it, but they do it. But you would think that a book is a book is a book.
Well, you would hope. And I sent her I shouldn't have even said she, but I sent her the
customer.
Yeah, the customer, the tracking number.
Right.
And they said she said she's just going to go down to the post office and debate with them, I suppose, the situation, because this person's also within the reselling community.
Okay.
They know the ins and outs of shipping just as well as you and I.
Okay.
And so they're furious. I'll put it flat. I know.
Like I said, I know magazines because they say if there's any kind of advertising, I mean, that's, a lot of people ship like, especially like the older magazines. And I know they do it, but you're not supposed to because that's not qualified for media mail.
So there were 2 novels, a Weight Watchers book, and something else.
Or maybe the Weight Watchers book qualified and novels and the other one.
I don't know. How do you, I don't know. But I'm going to get another nastygram because I got a nastygram because I sent cards media mail and I didn't know that the baseball cards couldn't go. I didn't know. And so I have not, nor will I ever do that again. But I sent these books media mail with the assumption.
And the assumption that the book is a book is a book.
A book is a book is a book.
It doesn't have to be a textbook. I mean,
apparently it does.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, this is just from my meager research, which is just looking on.
Yeah, I did too. Michelle shared the link, and I'm sure that's the link that I looked at also, and I didn't see anything about, it had to be textbooks or anything.
Maybe the Weight Watchers book contained advertising. No, it was actually a recipe book.
Weird, a recipe book, you would think. Okay.
Thank you for coming out of your workstation, Jacob. Jacob like, I think he works too hard. I never see him around.
Your auction buddy's in the chat too. Derek's in the chat.
Yeah. Hi, Derek.
So yeah, that's odd. I mean, I have to look into that. I don't understand that. I just, like I said, I knew video games aren't qualified. I knew, like you said, sporting cards aren't qualified. But I would assume the book was a book was a book.
You would think, but
Right.
apparently not. So,
Okay.
I mean, I will definitely keep you guys updated once I find out what happens when she talks to the USPS.
Okay. I would appreciate that. Yeah.
But
guys, if you've had experiences, when you again, I know I'm going to do a YouTubey thing. once you put it in the chat or put it in the comments after the show, if you had issues with this shipping like a regular book,
yeah,
you've had issues with shipping and media mail, and you've had problems, let me know. I'm just curious.
I don't know if it's because, like you said, it's being shipped pirate ship, and people have cheated the system that way.
Maybe there's like a gray area, and then when they ship with pirate ship, there's black and white. So if it doesn't meet the gray area, maybe if you ship it on your own or through eBay or through the U.S. Post Service through there, maybe they don't say okay, that's fine. But if it's pirate ship, maybe they're just pulling everything and they're saying no, that doesn't qualify. That doesn't qualify. I don't know.
I have no idea. I wish I did, because then I wouldn't do it again.
Right.
It's just as simple as that. I don't want to get in trouble. So, okay. Like, it's like, it is what it is.
Lisa said she just emailed me a handy dandy chart from USPS that spells it out in media mail. Okay, thank you, Lisa.
A handy dandy chart?
A handy dandy chart.
I love that. I have a handy dandy notebook.
Well, I'll forward that to you. If that's okay with Lisa, I'll forward that email to you.
That sounds fantastic.
I know I purchased things from you in auction, so I have your email.
That's true. That is true. And
let me bring it up right away while I'm doing that. I had discussed. I know some of you guys like show and tell, so I'm gonna do a little show and tell real quick. Let me put myself on the main screen here. This is one of the. I've actually bought two paintings from Kathleen, and Kathleen Riggs is in Florida, and this is I believe it's oil paint. But this beautiful piece, I have to have it framed. And this is called, it's on the back what it's called. Down the Stream, 2000. In case you didn't see it, I know Alexis didn't see it. And then I asked you a little bit about this, Alexis, after I show this. And this is from William Nuttering, and this is called The Open Gate. I'm getting a reflection between my computer and my light box here.
It's actually Wallace Nutting, not
Wallace Nutting. Yeah. Okay.
And
that's a little better. Okay.
Excuse me. This is one of the more rare of the. He did hand-colored photographs because everything was photographed in sepia at the time. So he would hand paint them.
What was the term?
Sepia.
What is sepia?
Sepia is like this washed out, not quite gray, but it was, it's like orange tone.
Okay.
Almost like an orange tone photo. So no colors, but everything's orange tone.
Okay.
So everything was photographed in sepia or black and white actually, and he would hand paint the photos. So he did very few of animals. He did mostly landscapes. He did even fewer people. So the ones with the people in them are like the most uncommon. The ones with the animals in them are less uncommon. And then the nature scenes and the wilderness and the flowers and whatnot are like his MO. Right. I had inherited a whole collection of Wallace.
Right, you said from your grandmother, right?
And I have all that I have left are the very large ones, like, right. Which go for well over 100 to depends on the one. I mean, I don't have any like this, but it could be a couple grand or more.
There's Gary. Let me interrupt you for 1 second. Gary, is it your birthday today?
Happy birthday!
I think it's Gary's birthday. At least that's what Lynn said, or who said that? Somebody said that.
Sharon.
Sharon. Okay. Gary's here. Is it your birthday, Mr. Gary?
Happy birthday.
Maybe you can pop one towards the end of the show. We can sing happy birthday to you. Alexis can sing happy birthday to you.
I hate the happy birthday song. I will not sing the happy birthday song. I will sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I will not sing the happy birthday. I hate that song. Fun fact about me.
Wait till you get my age.
Oh, I hate that song. It's just terrible. Anyways, so I've got an update already on this packaging situation.
Okay.
It would have qualified for media mail if I had not used a priority mailbox.
Ooh, that's a rookie mistake.
That is a rookie mistake.
Wow. Okay.
It would have qualified for media mail had I not used a prior. That was
so when they opened it up and they said, "Ooh, you used the priority mailbox. That's against the rules."
A book in a box is a book in a box is what I got.
Wow. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Because I was like, "How is?" Okay, that makes sense.
So that's my mistake.
I tell people, and I'll try to keep this. I usually try to keep this G-rated, sometimes PG-rated, but I'm an old let's call it a curmudgeon sometimes, and that really irks me. I'm not chastising you, but I see some people they'll take like a padded envelope, priority mail, then they'll take a priority box, and then they'll wrap it in whatever, and then they'll ship that out first class, or they'll ship it out cubic shipping. It's like, no, dude, we have to pay for that. We got to pay for that bag. We got to pay for that box, and you're using it and raising our prices.
That's right. It was a rookie mistake, but it was the only box that it would fit in. To be perfectly honest, I mean, I was
again, in my opinion, that's a no-brainer. I mean, that was your mistake.
Oh, absolutely.
And you just don't have to eat it, apparently.
Oh yeah, I will. I will have to eat that cake and be happy with it. Wonderful.
That makes sense. It's like, you figure, especially a cookbook, that's kind of more of like a reference kind of thing. You think that, well, what was the issue? Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yep, it does.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yep, no problem. I got the answer while I was sitting here. I went,
okay.
Oh,
great.
Okay.
Why don't we get a little bit into your jewelry? You say you're into a new endeavor now, and you're starting to sell jewelry, doing custom-made jewelry, and it's I don't know jewelry that well. I mean, it's not like just Sandy was doing like silversmithing. You're actually are you buying beads and buying reconstructing things? Or are you buying? Why don't you explain that to me?
Yeah, I went up to Hobby Lobby the day before yesterday.
Okay.
And I spent an exorbitant amount on supplies for jewelry making. Okay. I will put it that way. So I'm going to be selling a lot of jewelry. So
you purchased like the beads and then the filament or whatever you want to call it, the string it. Okay.
Right.
I call it filament. Is that the proper term for it?
Filament? Yeah. I mean, it depends on what you're using.
Some people call it fishing line. I wouldn't call it fishing line, but it's similar.
I mean, that's what I started with using when I was practicing.
Sure.
But where did I put my toolkit? Not this one, the other one. Oh, here it is. So
Do you mind if I put you full screen? I'll ask your permission this time.
Nope, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay.
I bought a bunch of little containers just to be able to hold all of the little supplies and things like that. I marked anything that I bought with 10K or 925, which I was super psyched to be able to find.
You were able to buy that at Hobby Lobby?
Yep, and it's 10 karat gold filled just to be
clear.
Sure. And it is 925 solid sterling silver.
Okay, nice.
I bought myself a toolkit because I was using tools from down in the garage.
Right.
And they were marring up the metal, like
Just something you bought on Amazon or eBay or.
This is actually something I went up and I bought at Hobby Lobby.
Oh, Hobby Lobby as well. Okay.
Yep. Everything that I'm going to show you.
Hobby Lobby, they used to run coupons. Do they still run coupons, Hobby Lobby?
This is a new store around us, so I have no idea.
Again, everything prior to C19, things are different.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But Hobby Lobby is new around us.
Okay.
It used to be AC Moore and Michaels.
Yes. The store, yeah.
But though I love Hobby Lobby, it's like AC Moore and Pier 1 had a baby.
Yes, yes.
I just love that place.
That's fair representation. Yep.
I love that place. The first time I walked in, I was like,
that's very accurate. Yep.
So I got myself a beadboard. That's what I planned the necklace out that I'm going to show you on. It took me how long? It took me like, I would say altogether a day to put the necklace together, like, because I did a half a day and a half a day.
Okay.
But I'm pretty proud of myself. I'll put it that way. Every strand is double strung, which means that I went down this strand, came through this, and then came back up the same strand inside. So this is like super strong. This is not going to break.
Now, are they shells as well, or are they all beads?
There's some. These are all seed beads, the little ones.
Seed beads. Okay.
Yep. The little ones are all seed beads.
Okay.
Then these are metal. And these are stone, if you can see those.
Oh, okay.
So I've got a couple of little charms down at the bottom. I got the feather, and then I've got these, and then this that says this way. Whoops. Whoa. It says dig deeper, or dig in deeper. Yeah. Dig in deeper. So I probably have, I would say, I did the math earlier. Conservatively, I have $20 worth of beads.
I was going to ask you, and you said it took you almost a full day. So it took two half days, right?
Yep. So
you factor in your labor plus the cost of goods.
Right.
How would you price something like that? I mean,
I have to talk to the jewelry ladies.
I was just saying, I don't know how you're going to. Again, I don't know. I shouldn't speak because that's not my expertise.
But as of right now,
I'm thinking if you spend a day of labor plus $20 in goods,
right? So
you're gonna get $100 plus for that. I don't know.
God, I wasn't planning on it.
No, I know, but you figure even at minimum wage, right? $8 an hour times 8 hours is $64. Another 20 is $85, $86 ish cost with your factoring of labor.
Am I doing local craft shows too? No, I am not. Nothing is open around me right now.
Not yet. Yeah. Sharon did post something in the chat. I didn't want to put it because it's kind of a long and it would cover half your body.
Oh.
But she says, go to Hobby Lobby on sale days, cut out coupons out of the newspaper and online and get more discounts. Day after Christmas holiday, items go on sale up to 90% off. Get there early! Exclamation point.
Excellent. Good to know. Well, thank you very much. Well, that was a wealth of knowledge.
And Lynn says that she uses her phone for coupons as well. They accept it at Hobby Lobby. Okay. So there you go. There's something for you, Alexis.
That's nuggets of knowledge is what I call it.
That's why I like my chat. I got a lot of good people in this chat helping sharing ideas and tips. Great. Thank you, ladies.
Tips and tricks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So I just went today and I bought this whole thing of, they're called 80 seed beads. So they're a little bit bigger than the seed beads that I used. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to play around with those tonight, like after I get off the program with you. Okay. And I'm going to just try and see what else I can create. But to answer your question, like I said to my friend the other day, I'm not expecting to get top dollar for anything at this point because, I'm just starting. But, well,
if you talk to people like Gianna and talk to people like Cindy, and I'm sure they could help you come up with some kind of value for it.
Right. Absolutely. So I know Cindy has plans to do an artisan show coming up. So it's going to be an auction, but instead of like steals and deals or anything like that, it's going to be simply to showcase the ladies that make their own jewelry. Like,
Right. Okay.
I know Gianna makes those gorgeous
Native American pieces. Yep.
Yeah, she's
Well, she
amazing.
was supposed to be on my show a few weeks ago, and then she's very close with Sandy, and then Sandy had the health scare, and kind of fell through. So I'm hoping to have her on in the next month or so. So I didn't want to. I know she's been very busy, and she's got the new puppy. And I don't know if you knew that she purchased one of Sandy's puppies.
Oh no, I didn't know
She's
that.
a Jack Russell puppy now. Yep.
That's so cute.
Really cute. She had her on when she was on live stream. What's up? Can I see her new puppy?
Oh,
they're so cute. They look like gremlins. They remind me like gremlins with their ears poking up like that.
it's so cute. I love it.
Cute folks.
So,
okay. So now, are you gonna have that on the Saturday show? Or are you gonna try to put that on sale, or you haven't decided that yet?
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. I mean, I'll seek counsel first.
You'll seek counsel? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna seek counsel first, and then see what I can come up with between now and then. I have been asked to do mainly things other than jewelry, because they're
they do mostly jewelry on that, right? Mm-hmm.
Right. They're so used to seeing jewelry.
Gotcha.
So, but what helped is I've got my acid tester kit now. So, which is over here.
Sure.
Which
now, again, I had purchased one once, and I was going to get involved. I mean, I have a lot of jewelry I have to get involved in, but anyway, I had purchased the kit, and this guy or girl or whatever sent it to me. It was leaking all over, and it smelled the fumes. I sent it right back. But anyway, oh yeah, it was terrible. But anyway, I know like the acid test, you can use that for gold and silver, and then 14 karat and 10 karat, and apparently it shows like different colors, and there's a little card that shows you the various colors.
Yeah, actually, the kit that I buy, it depends on the kit that you buy,
I guess. Okay.
But I have one that is for 10 karat up to 22 karat, and then
silver. Okay.
Silver and platinum.
Okay. And is there anything to test gold in there or no?
No, 10 karat to 22 karat gold.
No, I'm saying I thought you were talking about silver. You said 10 to 22 karat
gold.
Gold.
Then,
okay.
Yeah, 10 to 22 silver? Karat gold. And then there's one test for silver. If it comes out dark red, it's 925. If it comes out bright red, it's fine silver. If it doesn't change at all, then it's not silver.
Okay.
But with the scratch tests for the gold, you have to start at the lowest one, I guess, and go up from there. Like start at 10 karat, and if it disappears, it's probably just gold plated.
Gold plated. Okay.
But it goes up from there, and at the point at which it disappears, it's most likely the one that was right below it. So say it disappears at 22 karat, then it's probably 18 karat.
18 karat, gotcha. Okay.
So, I mean, it's possible that I don't know exactly. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's always the one that's right below it that's what it tests at. So,
okay. Well, I told you I want to mix things up a little bit. Why don't you? I'm going to ask you a quick question, and we'll move on. We'll try to have a little bit of fun at the end here.
Sure.
I'm just going to ask you just what I typically ask anybody on the show. Do you have any kind of websites or apps or anything that you've found useful that maybe other resellers don't know about? I mean, I'm not saying you do or you don't. I usually ask that question, so I figured I would ask that now. Is there anything that you're unusual that you use?
Well,
I know I kind of talked before, I kind of blindsided you a little bit, but I usually ask that. I forgot to tell you I was going to ask that.
I use Ripple.
Ripple. I'm not familiar with Ripple.
Ripple is an app. I don't know if it's for Android too, but what it does is you can create a post and send it out like a burst to all your social media.
Really?
Yeah. So it goes out to RIPL.
RIPL.
Ripple.
And okay, that's available on the Apple Store.
Yeah.
So you're not sure if it's available through Google Play or not. Okay.
No, I have no idea.
I write that down. RPL. That's a good tip. There you go.
RIPL.
See that, guys? You come to this channel, you get a lot of good information. I'm just teasing you, but there is a lot of good information.
Thank you, Sharon.
Okay, I told you I was going to do this to you. We had some fun last time with Kimmy, the birthday girl who's not here. I hope she's doing better. I don't want to get into it, but she's having some financial problems, and I'm sure some of you guys are aware of that. And of course, I dropped all my trivia questions, so I'm gonna need to pick them up. But my hairline.
That's okay.
I have C19 hair. I gotta get this taken care of eventually. But we just opened up this past Monday.
Really?
Here we're in stage 2 in New Jersey. For like barbershop salons and nail salons and type of things.
Just that recently?
Just this past Monday, yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So guys in the chat, you can participate. Alexis, you can't cheat. You can't look in the chat.
Oh man.
I'm gonna ask you something. So last time I had patted Kimmy, so I told him, I said,
I can't peek.
All right. You can't peek. No, you can look. Just don't look at your chat. I'm gonna ask you a few trivia questions just to have some fun, just to lighten it up a little bit.
Sure.
So we'll keep it right around an hour here. So okay, let's see here. Let me see a good question for Alexis.
Oh boy.
This is a little technical. I'm going to bring it back to school. Which planet? And I know Beth Resale Rowboat knows this. Which planet is closest to the Earth?
Mars.
I thought it was too. It's Venus. Yeah,
Really?
Venus. I always thought it was Mars, but it's Venus. Yep. Beth could probably name them all in order because we were talking about that last.
I know, right?
All right. All right. This you may this is right before your time. Let me see if you can know this one. Do you know like sci-fi-ish kind of questions?
You can try.
Okay, well, this one you probably won't know because it's from a 1990 film. That's before your time.
Not that young.
This is a relatively easy question. You probably know this one. Who was the author of the Harry Potter series? The author.
J.K. Rowling.
Yes, ma'am.
Rowling.
Ding, ding, ding. Yes, yeah. There you go.
Thanks for making me feel smart.
All right. I'm gonna give you a tip on this one. This TV show was before your time, but just think about this tip about the president and the White House. Okay. Where is the Oval Office located in the White House? Think about a television show that was probably in the 90s. I know you're not quite that old, but where's the White House located in the Oval Office? Excuse me, located in the White House.
The West Wing.
Ding, 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 ding. There you go. Did it help you? The Oval Office is in the West Wing.
Whew.
You're doing all right. All right.
No, I'm sorry. I'm over. No, I'm one for two.
The Planet song. We're gonna have to bring her on one day and have her sing the Planet song.
1 for 2. 1 for 2. I think.
You're 2 for 3.
2 for 3.
You're 2 correct and 1 incorrect. Okay. I asked this to Kimmy and Pat, and I think one of them got it correct. What is the city of love? This is an international city. What is called the city of love?
It's not Paris.
It is Paris.
It is?
Yes, it is Paris.
Okay, that just seemed too obvious.
City of love is Paris. Okay, I'll give you a tip. This is kind of sort of where I'm from. What is the city of brotherly love?
Cincinnati?
You don't remember where I'm from? Obviously not.
I know you're from New Jersey, but...
We're outside Philadelphia. The city of brotherly love is Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. You're from Philadelphia?
Well, I'm in South Jersey, right across the bridge from Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
I'm literally 2 miles from the bridge to Philadelphia.
Okay.
City, Philadelphia. The Maggie knows that because she's from the Philadelphia area.
I know.
All right. This is a little tricky. A lot of these questions from the 80s and 90s. All right, you'll know this one. This kind of has a government connotations to it as well. Okay, that's your tip. What do you call a geometric space with 5 sides? A 5-sided object.
Pentagon.
Correct. You're doing all right.
I am doing all right.
Good there, Alexis.
Little do you know, I have every finger crossed.
Just ask you a couple more. Just keep it short. All Okay, this is kind of interesting question, which I knew this, but it's based on the Olympic Games, which with everything that's going on, the Olympic Games have been kind of postponed and whatnot. What city was the Olympic Games originally held in? The original city.
Was it in Athens or?
Well, the country is Greece. I'm sorry, it should be the
Greece.
country is Greece. Correct. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, and there's a song about this particular athlete. Michael Phelps, the Olympic athlete known for what sport?
Swimming.
I will leave it at that. Excellent. Good job.
Those are awesome questions.
There you go. Good job. 2 thumbs up.
Thank you. That was great.
All right, I had a little bit of fun. I figured I mixed it up a little bit. What did Maggie say? Whoever called it didn't know the subway every day for 30. Didn't drive the subway for every. Yeah. Tell me about it. Maggie used to work in the city of Philadelphia for a while there, and I guess she took the subway. So I guess they weren't very friendly on the subway.
I guess not. Well, thank you, Maggie, and thank you, Sharon.
Okay, guys, were any questions? See, even Joy knew that. She knew Philly was a city of brotherly love. Were there any questions I may have missed? Because I was concentrating on Alexis. Michelle or Sharon, were there any questions I may have mixed? No brother. Maggie says there's no brotherly love on the subway.
Yeah.
Let me know if there's any questions that we have for Alexis that I may have missed, guys, and then we'll wrap things up. Try to keep it right around an hour. We're right about an hour now. So, Alexis, you did very, very well, by the way, with the trivia questions.
Thank you.
I don't know the exact number, but I think you were like 5 out of 6, possibly.
I think it was. Did you ask 6? Then it was 4 out of 6. Because I got 2 wrong.
Okay.
That much I do know.
Beth had a question about pricing Life magazines. Okay, I don't know. Do we know anything about Life magazines? Are you familiar with magazines at all?
I have 2 Life magazines that I put up for auction, actually. It depends on the cover. It depends on the subject matter. It depends on the year. It's really subjective. I would try and find similar years and similar subject matters on eBay, maybe. But personally, I throw mine up.
You're right. I think it has to do with the subject matter, and I know when we were talking earlier about the YouTube auctions, there was a bunch of Kennedy things, and I thought it was really cool. And again, you get caught up in that auction fever. It's like it got really, really high. It's like that was something I would just like to have for my own personal collection, because there was some really neat stuff. I mean, it was like maybe a dozen different magazines, Life magazines, and different things about the life of President Kennedy, and it was really interesting.
Someone has a bunch to sell her.
Oh, okay.
Like how many? I wouldn't. I'd look at them first. Don't buy them blind. What would be a good price to offer? How many are there? Break it down by that. And
15. Yeah, I don't know. I would try to get them cheap. I would try to pay. I would probably try to offer them like maybe 50 cents to go up to $1.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay much.
Yeah. Because maybe you'll find one in there that'll pay for the whole lot, but then what about the other ones that don't sell?
Yeah, and smell them first. That's an excellent tip.
Yeah, that's who put that tip about smelling them?
Michelle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a really
there you go.
tip.
Sharon says 50 cents. It says didn't sell for more than $15. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I would offer them like 50 cents, and then I may go up to $1.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay much.
Thinking 50 cents as well. Yeah. Great tip, Michelle. Thank you. Yeah, because they don't want that musty basement smell.
Because it gives somebody this face.
It gives somebody that face.
They just no, that's musty.
Yeah,
You're musty.
And again, if you have allergies like you and I, we don't want to have that musty smell in their house.
God, no. Gosh, no. Oh, I'm keep knocking the table.
If they are musty. That's not good. No, if they were musty, I would just. And that's a great tip, Michelle. I would smell them. If they were musty, I would just walk away. I would just say, forget it. I mean, what are you gonna do? You leave them out in the sun and then they're going to fade. I mean,
Yeah, you can't.
You can't leave them out in the sun. It's not like something like clothing and stuff. You can leave them out in the sun, air them out, and, they get that fresh air or whatever. You can't leave magazines out in the sun. Marilyn Monroe, all magazines sell well. Elvis Presley too. Right, Sharon. Absolutely, tootly.
Yep.
All right, guys. Again, I might try to do that at the end, mix things up a little bit, have a little bit of fun with you guys, and have the chat participate. Just something a little different. So it was fun. I appreciate Alexis coming on, and again, Alexis, I will look for that link for Saturday night. You're going to be on with Cindy, the jewelry nurse. You're going to be on her auction, and I'll try to look for that link, and I'll post it in the description below. And again, we're going to ask you guys, if you're new to my channel, or even if you're not new to my channel, make sure you're subscribed and you check to see the notification bell is on, and click the like button before you leave. And if possible, share it with your friends and neighbors. Thanks, guys. Good seeing you, Anna. Thanks for showing up. I don't know if you're in the chat. You were, as Joy said, if you were looking. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I know I'm going to give you a little bit of. Well, I don't know if it's a treat or not, but I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to have a sip of water first, and I know Linda's in the chat, and I know Gary was in the chat earlier. Let me just a little sip water. Excuse me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lynn, Gary, and Jimmy. Happy birthday to you. Amen.
Bravo.
That was a poor Elvis imitation, but that's what it was. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye, guys.
Come on, Mouse. Cooperate. There we go.